Hi guys, I hope that everybody's doing well. My name is Gabriella for anybody new tuning in. Before we get into the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. For anybody curious, I'm using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot deck. It looks like this. What it looks like is that there's a change, there's a transition that you are in the midst of right now. This can also be something that you kind of feel like it's coming or like you're moving in that direction. A transition, a waiting period. The importance of the Seven of Pentacles is to trust that things are going to be happening at the right time and that you're not too early, you're not too late, you are right on time, and everything is happening right on time. If this is something that you're putting your faith and your trust in, it may be something that you're kind of guarding or protecting even, to have the Seven of Wands on the bottom of the deck. It's like not letting anybody get in the way of this. So you've been planting these seeds in your garden, right? And rather than like not protecting it from the deer eating it, you have to put something around it. So if somebody's coming through and they're saying something about what it is that you're doing and having you think about like maybe abandoning ship here, this can also be your own self-doubt too. It's something that you want to keep the faith with. You want to hold on to that. Keep the vision, hold the vision, all that good stuff. Don't give up just yet. It's not time. I'm looking at the Wheel of Fortune. It's like even this waiting period is part of the test too. Yeah, look. It's like when you know it's time, when it's time, you'll know that it's time and it will become obvious to you. This is just something that's taking time to happen. Whatever this is that you're manifesting, this is all a practice as well about how sometimes everything isn't just instant gratification. It's going to take some time for whatever this is, and patience is going to be really important, because what it is that you want, whatever the Seven of Pentacles is for you, that you've been like waiting on, that you've been investing in, what you've been giving your energy to, what you want is going to come to fruition within this situation, like based off of what it is that you're manifesting. Key terms. But something, I see the Wheel of Fortune when we speak about timing, and I'm seeing it be applied to timing here within this reading. It's kind of like a door that's not yet unlocked, but it is going to be. And it very much speaks about a space where like things are happening on a divine time frame. 333 when I looked up. So yeah, don't give up. I'm seeing a relationship end, and then it's like you pop out in a whole new energy. I'm looking at an ending here. I'm seeing this be connected with a relationship, and then I'm seeing you come right out on the other side. It's like when we go through a dark night of the soul where we're going through something difficult, I'm seeing it be connected with this relationship. It even seems like we're fast forwarding to you coming out on the other side of something and just being cool with where it is that you are. It almost seems like you're unfazed by something. This feels like a very quick turnaround to me as you're popping out on the other side of this, because the Fool speaks about being in an energy where we feel like really optimistic, ready to start into, ready to go in a new direction. It speaks about adventure, being excited, feeling very excited. How about that? We have Jupiter, Uranus, Aquarius. Okay, so you're waiting on something. This is confirmation that that thing is in process right now, so don't forget about that. Then over here, I'm seeing something about a relationship that's coming to an end. I'm seeing the Fool on the other side of it. So this looks like something that you are coming out on the other side of. It looks like relationship ended because there may not necessarily be an interest any longer in commitment. I'm only saying that because of the placement of how the Knight of Wands is coming out. It's like relationship ends. This can speak about a long-term commitment. It can be any type of relationship, doesn't have to be romantic. For some of you, definitely was. And I'm seeing it be like wanting to go exploring, to have both of these next to each other. Both of these are like adventure cards. The Knight of Wands gets really excited, wants to like go after things and approach them and seize the day, essentially. It's like if you see that person over there and you think that they're attractive, like you're gonna go towards them. Like it's about like being open to other people coming into your life, things like that. It can also be about like creativity, but I'm seeing it specifically be linked right now to a relationship and how there's a difference, because now there's such an emphasis on the solo energy and being like, I'm going from like where I had been feeling tied down and like something needing to come to an end, or it has come to an end. And I feel like now I'm coming out on the other side of this. There's not an emphasis on the actual breakup part. It's just like there was a breakup and now there's a big focus on we are completely out on the other side of this. We're excited to go explore and see what else is out there. So for some of you, this is also about exploring other relationships too, but you may not be necessarily going straight for a commitment. This may be more so like dating around, wanting to have fun with people, wanting to get to know them, things like that. And then to see the Aquarian energy too, this looks very much like a space that you're in. Remember, energies can be reversed too. But it even seems like getting to explore. This reminds me of like, say you got into a relationship and you got married at a really young age, right? It's like, for some reason, this relationship has ended, and say you were married for like 20, 30 years. Something happened between you and this person, you guys are no longer together, and it's like you didn't really have any experience beforehand. This is just an example, it's not going to apply to everybody. You didn't have much experience because like all you knew basically had been that person that you were with for a long time. Now that you're not with them anymore, it's kind of like a whole new world out there that's applicable to you now that wasn't necessarily relevant before. And that's what it kind of reminds me of, like being really tied down in some sort of way. And I mean, this can be too. You had like commitments and stuff. There were things that you weren't able to explore before. You had responsibilities. And now it seems like something that had been tying you down, and something that it feels even... There's a sense of, in a way, feeling at peace with this. Even though it may have been a difficult ending, it seems like this is also leading you into having like hope about where it is that you're going. I'm not seeing somebody move into a space where it's like they're having such a hard time getting over this and accepting it that they're not able to fully transition onto the other side of what this is. I'm seeing somebody fully being able to like transition and having a good attitude and feeling very, very excited about this next chapter for themselves. Feeling very responsive is what I'm hearing. What do you not want to wait for? The inner conflict is about the timing, or even karmically what's happening. It's weird too the way that... So every time that I do a reading, the layout is different each time. And this time we're breaking it up into like 3 in the beginning, 2 in the middle, and then 3 at the end here. So it even looks like there are chapters. Whatever this waiting is, it's somehow connected with like the ending of the relationship and also this new exploratory space. So we got Aquarius and Capricorn. Feel conflicted because of an attachment that you have. Attachment to what? I wonder. It's funny because the Wheel of Fortune is really reminding me of Jupiter. It is Jupiter. It's really reminding me of Saturn, because I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune like a clock, and then the Devil Capricorn also represents Saturn as well. And Saturn can be a very restrictive energy, where it's like having a hard time even like breaking away from things. Whatever this attachment is, that's why the inner conflict is here when it comes to what it is that you're manifesting. And you may not be 100% sure yet on what it is that you're trying to do. I'm hearing the word remark. This can also be somebody coming through and being like, are you sure you want to do that? Can definitely be the person that things ended with. Yeah, I'm seeing somebody come back around and try to give you something. It looks like the person that's connected, for some of you, this person was somehow connected with the ending of the relationship is what I'm seeing. This doesn't look like a random person to me. This looks like somebody that was like somehow involved in things happening. I'm seeing a lot of masculine energy also. I'm seeing the King of Pentacles, the King of Wands. I'm seeing the Knight of Wands, and I'm also seeing the Knight of Pentacles. So this is a lot of initiating energy. So let's see what's happening. You're sorting out why you may feel stuck with something and why you may be going back and forth on it. Why something may be like not sitting completely well with you. It seems like this is connected with an attachment, something that you're like understanding more about, something that you're learning more about. Now, I'm seeing there be an offer. It looks like the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles are having some sort of meeting with one another, which is interesting. There's an offer that happens. There's an opportunity between the two of these characters. And I'm also seeing the sun be involved too. Someone feels good about this offer that they're making is what I'm seeing. I wonder too, because we're talking about the ending, I wonder if that's somehow trickling into what's happening within this next leg of the spread when it comes to like two people potentially getting together in some sort of way with one another. Things didn't go as expected. That was the issue. That's what the inner conflict is about, things not going as expected. This can, for some of you, this can also be like an argument that you got into with somebody, or I'm hearing not being on level ground with them. Maybe not seeing eye to eye. That would make sense. But there's something about making sure, protecting yourself so you don't get sucked into something. Like, don't get so sucked into like the past. I'm also hearing failed mission. It's like something that didn't happen. Don't get so sucked into that you lose sight of what's actually going on. Especially too, because it looks like I'm seeing a timer. I'm seeing a clock being rewound. What it looks like to me is that if you still have an attachment here, there is potential for whatever thing has come to an end, right? You came out on the other side of this. If you are having second thoughts about this, I'm seeing an energy, whether this be the same person or a new person coming through, where if you have not like completed the lesson with this energy, whatever the devil is, so there's some sort of attachment here, but I'm seeing it be more so connected with like there is some sort of personal, I'm thinking about the best way to word this. It's like all of us have our own individual classes that we are learning and going through in Earth school here. For your particular classes that you're taking, if this last thing that you did, if you're having second thoughts about it and you're like, maybe I want that back in my life again, or I'm thinking about this person, or like I really miss that about them. It's like if you are getting so lost in that, there is an upcoming opportunity for you to get sucked back into either the same or a very, very similar cycle. Energetically, it will be the same thing that's repeating for you. So that's why boundaries are needed here, because I'm seeing something that will very much, it's like if you get too close to it, I'm seeing the gravity of it just like yank you in to something. And it's going to play off the negative emotions that you have as well. So this will play off things like fear, regret, grief, stuff like that, that will have you, those things are not, there's nothing intrinsically that is an issue with it. When we are experiencing these things, and warding off acceptance because we want to go back, that is where the issue lies, because we will get sucked back into those things. So this is what I'm seeing come up. And I'm seeing there be like a better understanding of like what's happening, even what's karmically unfolding, that you are like understanding when it comes to your intention space, even your subconscious intention space, and how that is related to what ends up manifesting for you. Yeah, I'm just everything that I explained. It's like if there's a lack of acceptance when it comes to whatever this was that came to an end with this person. It's interesting because initially it's like when this energy comes out on the other side of the relationship, what I said before was like it seemed like it didn't even phase the person that the relationship ended. It seemed like being really excited, not having an issue, not feeling like you needed to go backwards into this, but I wasn't seeing any like mourning or grieving or like the usual stuff that we see when a relationship ends. It's kind of just like kind of skipping processing and moving right into exploring and having fun and going after other people. This can be like it's rebound type of energy. So as things settle down, if you have not like actually come to terms with like this breakup or this ending, whatever this was that happened, it looks very much like something that you have the ability, the potential to get sucked back into. Again, whether this be the same person or it just be energetically the same sort of cycle that would be playing out, even if it's not the same person. Because in the grand scheme of things, the actual body is not what matters. It's energetically what's going on when it comes to the cycles that we find ourselves in. So the more you're in a space of acceptance, the more you can ward off feeling like you move to a space where you're helpless and you can't do anything, you don't like the situation that you're stuck in, all of those things. Because the more you're focused on expectations that are not based in reality, the harder it is going to be to accept where you find yourself in the situation that you're in. I'm seeing a plan that's being made. You being proactive here is definitely going to be beneficial for certain. I'm seeing. It's just about getting into a space where you believe that you can actually do whatever this is that needs to be done. Like maybe even getting more organized with what it is that you're doing. If you feel overwhelmed, take a break. You might be trying to do too much and feeling like you're not going anywhere. It's kind of like a burnt out energy, but it feels more like whole system burnout to me. So there's something that you need to focus on recharging your battery. Especially because it looks like there's some very interesting things that are happening that feel somewhat unpredictable, even with the Mars energy that I'm seeing here. Heavy Mars energy. I'm looking at Mars and also Aries here in the same line. So we have Aquarius, Capricorn, Aries, Jupiter, Uranus, the Sun, and Mars. So, something is pending, something is happening. The inner conflict that you're feeling, it seems like that needs to be worked out. A situation needs to be accepted before something else can come to fruition. So I'm seeing that be a focus here. If you are in a space where you are not accepting or not yet getting to a place where you're accepting something, and like even this can even be happening subconsciously, you are willing into fruition a repeat of a cycle, because it's like this: you didn't get enough of it, you didn't feel that you got enough of it, there's a repeat cycle that's going to be happening. If you get to a place where you can accept what happened within a situation, then when I say repeat, I mean it's like the same thing that's going to happen again. I don't mean it's going to be like the way that you want it to be this time. I mean, until we accept the cycle, it is going to be the same thing that happened. So it's like until we can accept that and not try to like rewrite things and go backwards, there's a sense of you getting pulled back into another cycle again. So this feels even like your guides giving you a heads up, like, hey, check where your head is right now, because you don't want to subconsciously be bringing yourself into another cycle that you can avoid if you choose that you don't want to go in that direction. Because there's no like good or bad, right or wrong. It's all just like, we're going to repeat the cycle if we didn't complete the cycle. If you don't complete it, you repeat it. That's just how it goes. Sometimes the guides like to change it up a little bit and be like, you're not going to repeat it immediately. We'll like wait a couple months, wait a couple weeks, wait a couple years, and then we'll throw it at you again. But eventually it's going to happen so we can fulfill our incarnation. So at least that's personally what I believe. So I'm seeing there be like clarity, understanding that you're receiving, even just being able to expand your perspective of where it is that you've been, how it is that you've been feeling, what your outlook has been connected with and ending with this person. I'm seeing the King of Pentacles be a focus for you. So either you would find yourself within that energy or you would see this other person within this energy. The archetype of the King of Pentacles is somebody normally perceived as being like reliable, responsible, somebody that like takes care of other people, especially on the financial end, especially with like material things, stuff like that. This can be anything work related to, it can be a work relationship. I'm seeing there be more of an emphasis on in a personal, interpersonal relationship, an intimate relationship. So what is the responsible plan that can be made? I'm seeing there be a focus on a relationship, connecting with someone. I'm seeing an opportunity. I'm seeing these two people. So I'm seeing like the King of Wands approaching the King of Pentacles and being like, hey, what's up? You want this opportunity? Moving into a space where you would potentially have a new beginning with someone. The thing is that I'm seeing two people and I'm seeing two offers, and I'm interested in the mirroring that's happening to have the King of Pentacles and then the Knight of Pentacles and then the King of Wands and then the Knight of Wands. to have these two characters over here, it looks like you may be getting two offers somewhat close to each other at the time that they happen, and they're going to be of two completely different natures. So it's something that you want to keep in mind. For example, one of the scenarios energetically that I'm seeing playing out here is that you and your ex broke up, right? You haven't been seeing them. I'm seeing you guys both be in very mature energies. Like, these look like very, very established adult energies. I'm seeing like one person come through and be in more of like a player type energy. It's like they don't want anything serious. Maybe they just want to hook up, like whatever it is that they want. They don't want to be committed. And then after, I'm seeing there be another energy that comes through that's a more committed energy, one that like wants to build with you, stuff like that. So it's just something to keep in mind. And this is also why, like in the beginning when I said something is manifesting but it has not completely happened yet, because there's a determination that needs to be made. When you're in a space where it's like, do I want to repeat the cycle with someone, or am I ready to move on? If you are willing to go backwards, it seems like you're going to have a situation where you can go back into whatever relationship that was that you had before, or something very similar, cyclical, to whatever that was that you were experiencing. Or if you decide, like, that's not for me, I'm not getting back into that again, I don't want to have to be on the merry-go-round again with this other person, like, not another go-round, not again, not this time, not in this lifetime, then there is another type of offer that is going to be coming through for you, and it looks like it's of a very different nature. Because the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles are almost a polarity, almost like opposites. Not completely, but sort of. Especially when it comes to like long-term versus short-term commitment, all of that stuff. So just something to keep in mind, because whatever you want, whatever you are willing, whatever you're manifesting, that is what is going to happen. I'm getting ringing in my ear, 2714. If you look that up, if you look up the angel number, it will give you more insight into this. So yeah, where are we now? Potential, you're getting like an opportunity to have a relationship, moving into a new beginning. For some of you, it will potentially be with, I don't know, it seems like there's some sort of, it looks to me like there is an interesting dynamic between the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands. They don't look like strangers to me. So the thing is too that what it looks like is happening is that the King of Pentacles wants something stable, and it looks like the King of Wands, even though they're saying like we can be in a commitment with one another, I think that there's going to be a surprise by like even the way that the King of Wands shows up. Because it may not be, talking about expectations is going to be important. Because it even seems like you're going to pull back and be in a space where if someone is not like coming towards you within the right energy, meaning like it's not what you want, it's not like a frequency you want to dial into, it may be something that you're stepping back from. Because for some of you even, I'm seeing you be like, I don't even want to get into any sort of relationship right now. And I'm seeing this be something that you are completely like napping on for now. Because I'm even seeing like multiple suitors come towards you. And I'm seeing you be in a space where you're like, I just got out of whatever this was, or like I'm processing it, and I don't even want to start anything up right now. And you're completely taking a step back from all of this. Even so you can, like, get yourself together. For some of you, I'm seeing that there's going to be more of a focus on, like, business building that you're doing. What a colorful reading. Let's see if there's any advice. Ground, just the usual. Ground your energy. Make sure that when you're making your decisions, do so from a grounded space. If you feel escalated, if you feel ungrounded, I'm hearing follow your breath. That is a technique, pranic breathing, for grounding. If you feel unregulated, dysregulated, if you feel ungrounded, the best thing you can do for yourself is to find an anchor and come back down into your body and then make a choice from there. Because it's going to have you feeling the most confident about the choices that you're making, and also like the logic behind what it is that you're doing. Focus on what brings you joy. Focus on what brings you happiness. Focus on what you do want to happen and where you do want to go and all of that stuff. It's like, rather than the things that are happening that like you don't like or that you feel miserable about, move towards the things that you feel attracted to because they bring you a sense of joy, because they put a smile on your face, because they warm your heart, stuff like that. It feels inspiring to you. You feel connected with it. It resonates with you. You feel that vibration between you and whatever it is that you're connecting with. Okay, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for connecting. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.